there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are going to be talking some trending topics. Anything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in my description box. So we got a few things to talk about. We need to discuss KIRK Franklin. He has issued an apology, you guys, because he was twerking again at a concert and was in a tank top that some people call as wife beaters, and they were not happy with his performance. There are some people who are in the comments that are saying it wasn't that bad and da 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 da. I'll say this: when has KIRK Franklin not been turned up at these concerts as of late? Like, have you guys been living under a rock? he has been very much turned up ever since he's been remixing his own songs to Lil' Kim and other stuff. Like I'm confused by the outrage at this point. Like you know exactly what you're getting into in a KIRK Franklin show at this point. You know he likes to turn up. You know he likes to do all this stuff. At this point, you're either going to support him or you're not. But what are we crying about exactly? I don't know. I really don't know. We also have I guess a debut of a new boo, so to speak. So Meg Thee Stallion, she had posted on her platform a selfie of her, and it is with NBA player TORREY Craig, you guys. Now, didn't she say in a song recently that she was going to be done with rappers and all the things? So TORREY Craig is an NBA player for the Chicago Bulls. But people are, of course, cracking jokes because obviously he shares the same name as none other than Tory Lanez, you guys. You guys cannot stop the foolishness. Royce Reed. So Royce Reed from Basketball Wives, she, as you guys know, is in a long battle with NBA player Dwight Howard, you guys. And I wanted to say this because I remember when Dwight Howard was drafted into the league, and I remember how he was doing all these interviews, how, you know, he was a Christian, he was going to be a virgin until he got married and all these things, said all of the right things, and got completely turned out and wilded out the moment he hit these NBA streets, you guys, and basically was competing with Nick Cannon for the most kids by all these different women. But most importantly, his most famous and infamous baby mama is none other than Royce Reed. Now, Royce Reed had her own career, was a former dancer for the NBA, had taught at different colleges, had her own dance studio, had all of these things, and even was on Basketball Wives when it was first initially in Orlando. But even with the announcement of that show, Dwight Howard had consistently kept Royce Reed in court, you guys, whether it was to not say his name, whether it was, to get child support a certain amount and all these things. And so finally, he had left her alone for temporarily, like for 5 minutes, right? And wanted to debut yet another woman that he was with. And this new woman, she's just all in because it's Dwight Howard and he's an NBA player that has millions of dollars. But it's like, what are we doing? Like, you're dealing with anybody who has a basketball team of kids and has a ton of baby mamas. Like we have to evaluate, okay, do you know exactly what you're getting yourself involved in? And whether you don't know the full context of what has happened with Royce Reed and Dwight Howard, you do know that it's been public knowledge in the media that they've had nothing but ongoing court battles, right? So Royce Reed, she's gotten to the point where, because the new girl wanted to debut her relationship with Dwight Howard and the engagement and their commitment and all this nonsense and this lavish, private jet and all these things, and wanted to kind of, flex on him.
And Royce was trying to expose, like, hey, not everything's good over here, you know, that Dwight Howard picks and chooses when he wants to be a father to their son. And, you know, she's basically had to do everything for herself because she's not getting that much assistance from Dwight Howard. And he only really wants to be around the kid when it's time to, you know, flex for the gram or social media or this and that. And there's just been a lot going on. And you know, she said she's had to fund things herself. She said that she's lost jobs. She's gotten fired from jobs, has lost out on several opportunities trying to do things, but she still tried to make ends meet and all these things. And Dwight Howard sent her a cease and desist again. To stop talking about him, stop discussing him and their situation. And since Royce Reed has put up a GoFundMe, because she said she's got all these expenses, you know, that she cannot afford all this stuff anymore because her money's being tied up and constantly going back and forth in court with Dwight Howard. And some people are laughing at her. Listen, it's not about like or dislike in this type of situation. It's about right or wrong. And if you have somebody who is just a flat out menace that wants to keep you in court, wants to keep you down, wants to keep you at a certain level to not expose you or whatever, like you could have had a healthy co-parenting relationship with Royce a long time ago. You chose not to. You chose to, you know, fight it out in court was more, you know, efficient for you, making sure you filed papers. What was it, in Texas, I believe? Because I think that's what Chris Bosh did as well. And I want to say, did Tristan Thompson do that as well? I can't remember, for his outside child. So that way, because in Texas, you don't have to pay as much in child support. So therefore, you know, what Royce could have been entitled to was not going to happen due to, you know, the court systems and everything else in Texas. But nonetheless, it's just exhausting. You know, the kid at this point, you know, is pretty soon going to become an adult. And it's like, at what point is it going to stop? At what point is this going to stop? It's just completely and utterly unhealthy. And I don't understand this new chick either, with all of the rumors about the type of lifestyle Dwight Howard lives and having different men suing him and men making various allegations about him and all this and that. Why do you want to insert yourself with a man that has, like I said, a basketball team of kids, different baby mamas, the biggest drama, of course, with him and Royce Reed? Why do you think that the situation is going to end well for you? I remember in the bubble when he was engaged to somebody else, to another woman. Like, I'm just confused, you know? I'm just confused, man, as far as why people want to put themselves through the ringer like this. Also, something else, although I'm not going to post it, because it's not really that important for me to post. But it looks like Drake's baby mama got a makeover. Kudos to her, I guess. Whatever. Also, LMA. So LMA, you know who's saying, boot up, doo-doo-da-doo, boot up, baby-da-doo. So what happened with her is she is upset because, as you know, she's involved with Jason Tatum and they recently had a baby, right? Jason Tatum, he's an NBA player. He is the star of the Boston Celtics, you guys. Apparently, as you know, when you go to these sporting events, when you go to an NBA game, NFL game, Major League Baseball game, hockey game, whatever, right? They always have portions where they're going to do a fan cam, right? They do a kiss cam if there's couples. They do a fan cam, and sometimes they'll show what celebrities are at the game, and sometimes they'll even show, the families and things, the wives, the wags of some of the athletes that are playing. So apparently, LMA and her family, and I presume whomever else, they were in some type of suite. And I guess the cam, pans over to her and their son or whatever. It looks like another relative was holding the baby or whatever. And so she stretches her arm out and covers the baby's face, you guys. Now, there's a lot of back and forth about this as far as whether or not this was appropriate, whether or not this should have been done, da-da-da-da-da. So let me say this as somebody who's been to plenty of games. It's pretty open to me in terms of anybody at this point can whip out their phone, whip out a camera, and take photos, take pictures, be like, hey, I see LMA and her baby with Jason Tatum, and posted all the gram. Like, that's how unrestricted, I feel like things are when you're at these games at this point, right? That you can, if you have good enough access to where, because I don't even think I posted it, but I went to an NFL game earlier this season, and, you know, Tom Brady was, you know, one of the analysts in one of the games. And from my seat, from my vantage point, I was a few rows away from where Tom Brady was, and literally have like crystal clear photos and video of Tom Brady. But I'm saying that to say that when you're at these games, whether it's the NFL, NBA, or Major League Baseball, or hockey, or wherever, if you've got good enough seats and you spot people, whether it's retired athletes, whether it's other celebrities or celebrity wags or whomever, like, I'm not understanding why we are up, like what the rationale is. I presume Jason Tatum wants his kids at the game because, of course, we have his son Deuce that's always featured at the game. But I'm confused at being upset about, did you put in a request with the media team at the Boston Celtics? Hey, don't show the kid on the Jumbotron? Or is this a personal thing for LMA? Is this something, or does Jason Tatum want the kid at the game? Like, I'm just confused. I need the other context of this, because the thing of it is, that's something that happens at all these games, is where they want to showcase the family. They want to highlight anybody that's affiliated with, you know, the star player of the team. Like, that's automatic. But I'm just wondering, with the bad press and the negative reaction to this, how this is going to go moving forward. If the baby's not going to be there, or if LMA is going to be, you know, elsewhere, in a suite that's not visible to the public. Like, I don't know where we go from here. It reminds me, the thing with LMA, it's like, I like a couple of her songs, but I remember, I forget the guy's name. It's off the top of my head, off the tip of my tongue, rather. There's a parody guy on Instagram who parodies various celebrities, reality shows, and everything else, right? So he did a parody of when LMA, I think she won the BET award for been tripping, I've been sipping, that's all I can do. So she won a BET award for that song, right? So the guy spoofs it, and he has like these little like stuffed animals and characters and things that he does to like imitate the scene. And I guess LMA blocked him for it. And then she was mad at Jacquees for doing a remix to the song, apparently, and didn't like that. So I don't know. It's like, I want to root for her because I like a couple of her tracks, but it's like, it always comes out that there's something, you know, negative going on, and I just don't understand it. It's like, people are trying to root for you. People are trying to support you. People are trying to pay homage for you. Sometimes it's jokes. It's never personal, but it just seems like there's just always some extra drama. And it's like, why? What is going on? So there's that. That's all I had. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think of Megan Thee Stallion saying she's done dating rappers, dating an athlete named TORREY? What do you think of, Kirk Franklin's apology about him twerking and wearing a wife beater at a recent concert, which he does, I mean, it's like, how many videos float around at this point of people going in on how Kirk Franklin is dancing or how he is dressed, and he's supposed to be a quote-unquote gospel artist, right? How many times are we going to have the same conversation? And what do you guys think of, Dwight Howard once again putting papers on Royce Reed? She has since put out a GoFundMe in hopes that she can pay some of her bills, and people are laughing at her and making fun of her, but a lot of people, I don't think, know that this goes back to the OG Basketball Wives prior to, and I don't mean OG from Basketball Wives, I mean like original Basketball Wives, back in the day Basketball Wives, when it's just been a constant thing with Dwight Howard, who has kept Royce Reed in these courts and is picking and choosing when he wants to be a father to their son, and it's just been a hot mess, and trying to flaunt this new relationship or whatever it is, and this new woman trying to act like she's unbothered, as if Dwight Howard doesn't have scandal after scandal, you know, tied to his name is just crazy to me. And then what do you think, of course, of Drake's baby mama getting a makeover of sorts? And what do you think of LMA? You know, listen, I'm all about people wanting privacy for their kids, right? That's not the issue here. I'm just confused as to you're involved with the star of the team. The star of the team. It's no different, since I mentioned Tom Brady, it's no different when him and Giselle were married and he played on the Patriots and played on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where they would pan the camera during the game to Giselle and their kids. That's no different to me, because just like they do right now in the NFL for the Kansas City Chiefs, they pan to, you know, Taylor Swift, who's dating Travis Kelce. They pan to Patrick Mahomes' wife and their kids. They always want to do that to, hey, look who's supporting the stars of the team, this and that. So my thing is, okay, are we going to continue to bring him to the games when you know that risk? Like, you know, there's always going to be people out with these cameras. So the other option is either you're going to have to watch the game from a hidden location, a hidden office in the arena, so people aren't going to be snapping away and watching your every move, or the kid's going to have to be home. Maybe you just go to the games at the press box, but then it doesn't make sense because clearly Jason Tatum likes having his son Deuce around and doesn't mind his son Deuce being in front of the cameras. So I'm just confused, but let me know what y'all think in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.